So let's start off with one of my favorite topics, and that is Disney parks. And there was a big announcement this week, and I've heard, Kia, thank you for joining us so much. I've heard that you are a fan of Zootopia.
Yes. I love that cartoon.
Well, pretty soon you're going to be able to live it, at least if you go to Shanghai. A Zootopia-themed expansion is coming to Shanghai Disneyland. Yes, Zootopia Land is coming to Disneyland. Guests will be invited to experience the mammalian metropolis of Zootopia, where anyone can be anything, with a new major attraction that will seamlessly blend Disney storytelling and state-of-the-art technology to bring this fan-favorite movie and its characters to life, including Judy Hopps and Nick Wilde. Disney has been doing this lately. They've been doing a lot of themed lands in their parks based on a single property, where in the past we used to have stuff like Fantasyland and Tomorrowland, which were a little all-encompassing. Lately with Toy Story Land and Cars Land, and now Zootopia Land, we're moving into this more niche mode of presenting these films. I think a lot of it has to do with Harry Potter and its success over at Universal. But since you're a fan of Zootopia, what do you think of this? Are you excited about this? Is this enough to get you to go to Shanghai?
Well, I don't know if it's enough to get me to Shanghai, but I like the concept. I like where they're going with it. As long as it's done the right way, as long as they really bring the characters to life without harming any animals or putting any animals at risk, and if they really get the audience to, you know, as long as it's interactive and they really get the audience to be involved, I think it could be a success. But I don't think, I mean, it will attract some worldwide attention, but I don't know if it'll be as much as they're hoping for.
Well, I'm looking forward to the one show where they put the fox in a suit and they put the rabbit in a police outfit and they throw them in a pen together. And
Right, right.
you get the real gritty story of what Zootopia is really like.
Right, exactly. I like the message behind the film and how they're really saying anyone can be anything. It doesn't matter how you were born. As long as you work hard, you can be that. But that's gonna be really hard to bring to life. I'd be excited to see where they were going with it and how they do it. If they do it right and if it's spectacular, I don't know. Maybe it would warrant an plane ticket. But I'd really have to see a lot on social media first before I book a ticket.
Kyle, you haven't seen Zootopia.
I have not, but I've seen enough of it to know the general bit just here. And I'm wondering two things. A, first of all, how much does furry culture have to do with this exactly? I'm wondering if this, I'm only partially joking here. Like, you have a guy win an award at the video game awards, whatever they call that. I keep forgetting. I'm getting old, whatever. But so the big deal was that he was a black gay furry gamer. I'm like, I mean, inclusion's cool, but like, are we really worried about the fact that you enjoy wearing a fur costume? I do. First of all, if that's a thing, great. I mean, it just seems wildly uncomfortable. Has anybody been in? Because I was in a Wookiee costume, and every time I did that for a promotion for the re-release of the original 3, which I should say 4, 5, and 6, because, you know, there's so many of them now, right? I was sweating my butt off, so I don't really see the appeal of being whatever I want, unless these costumes are very, very comfortable. And then the other thing is, you mentioned all these themed lands, and, you know, the Star Wars one is coming over here to Hollywood Studios, and it got me to thinking of something that I really feel like someone, even myself, should have come across already. Like, you'll every now and again hear about a Twitter beef between two celebrities, right? If I started a show about that, focusing on Twitter beefs between celebrities, should I call that Star Wars? Or would there be copyright issues there? You think, yeah? No?
You know, Lucasfilm is very, very, laissez-faire with its property. You're fine.
Hey, listen, I don't know the numbers for China off the top of my head, but who knows? Maybe Zootopia is China's Infinity War. I have no idea.
Well, I'm glad that you brought that up, because I actually do have some info here. The development of the world's first Zootopia theme.
Come on.
The film broke box office records, particularly in China, where it became the country's #1 animated feature film in history.
Wow.
I mean, okay.
So it makes sense that they're doing it there.
It's
But
almost as if somebody intimated that might be the case.
charts must have been involved.
Somebody looked at some numbers, bro. Like if I can just ease my way on in here, I'm gonna apply the lubricant. So
Nice.
I'm gonna say, all right. So first off, these films that you're talking about with Cars, with Star Wars, they did a phenomenal job world building. Like they created a place that you could actually want to go, even more than the Marvel movies, which have been very popular movies over the last 10 to 15 years. We're talking, the Marvel movies, it's more focused on, obviously the characters, whereas Cars, that you want to go to Radiator Springs. Like it's an event. I mean, now I will say, if they created Wakanda, I would want to go because it's so futuristic and cool. I mean, when you're looking in the mountains, I'm waiting to see the throne that M'Baku sits on. So don't let me take anything away from that. But with Zootopia, I don't know. Once we get to the point to where we retire and the kids aren't coming with us, I could see myself going over and getting a jumbo pop. I mean, that thing, that would absolutely be cool. I would want to roll because if you look, they have like 5 different, climates inside of Zootopia. So you have the tundra, you have, all these different terrains inside of this one, city. And the way that they connect and all that stuff, I think that it would be really, really cool. And I mean, just looking at the film and with the Easter eggs that they dropped in that movie, there's so many Easter eggs in it. I don't know how Kyle wouldn't love it. So whenever he watches it, I can't wait to hear him say, I loved it.
There are Godfather references in Zootopia.
Right.
Yeah, there are.
The bits I saw, I did enjoy what I'll say, but I'll say this. They're kind of cornered into using the sloths at some point as some sort of employee with the park. So like who at the end of the day though actually wants that to happen? Like no guest wants to be like, oh damn it, it's a sloth, it's slow, crap. I think the only way they can get away with that is to make them the ticketing staff and get that joke out of the way quickly so nobody feels like that they're getting their food slow or any of that.
Bro, I got you. I just came up with a way that makes sense, okay? Hear me out. Since we were just at the park, we talked about this and we said this. Look, the longest we had to wait for a ride when we were down there in December was 45 minutes. So I was perfectly fine with the timing that we had. But if you use the sloths to let people know where they are in line, I think that would be perfect.
I think you're only raising the animosity at that point. You're telling me.
I'm just saying, look, you already know you have to wait. You already know you have to wait. Now you get the sloth to interact with you. It's telling you it's only gonna be.
No, I got it. If they ever allow recreational marijuana to be served in Disney World,
Oh Lord,
you won't be able to handle it. I am gonna make a prediction that in the next 10 years, I bet you anything that that land is gonna be replicated at Disney's Animal Kingdom.
Yes,
I can see that happening. They'll put it right next to Avatar.
Can I throw a suggestion in real quick?
Fire away.
If the home box office network hasn't already thought about it, somebody need to be working on that Game of Thrones land because that thing fell out.
They'll put it right next to Fantasyland. It'll work out right next to the teacups.
Yes, all I'm saying is we just crowned the normal movement's new mascot, the sloth. Troubadour pipes, bitch. Moving on.